All right, I'm Senior Doom, and I'm with Book. Book is my co-caster again. This matchup is Rapid Strike Urshifu versus Ice Rider with only one Palkia, correct, Book?
1/1 line, which is my preferred way to play it. I know you've played this deck a lot.
I played the 2/2 version, which is my preferred method, but the Ice Rider is just really, really good right now.
Yeah, the Ice Rider having the ability to OHKO. We have the Leon, we have the Choice Belt. It's just so powerful. I remember Indianapolis. I think there was one hanging around the top tables, and everyone who was playing Arceus was like, "Please let me dodge this," because its ability to OHKO was so strong. All right, we're getting into it.
Yeah, my preferred one is I like to run 2 quick shooting sometimes. It just fixes a little bit of the math.
Oh yeah, sure.
Just tad bit of the math. It's not necessary though. But starting
Yeah.
the Zigzagoon here.
This is not a great look here to start. We have the Irida, at least to not get donked. But you're still really going to be behind at that point.
I'm checking their list. It does not look like they play any Battle Pass, so that is not going to work. Hopefully work.
No, they can grab the Sobble and Level Ball, I guess. I don't really know what else you can do at this point. You're not playing the Greninja to draw. You're playing Blastoise. Yeah, and then you won't have anything other than the Incense for next turn.
Yeah, it feels it's not the start you want.
No.
And you can say that about like any start, to be honest, but this is just not.
At least, playing a slower methodical deck with the Medicham to be able to do some yoga loops might allow you to take a bad turn to start, but you never want to see it.
So they got the Ice Rider set up. The Level Ball definitely helped there. They're going to be a turn behind though, because they're not able to easily grab it.
I think the Remoraid grab's pretty good here too. Now that you have the Level Ball to get a Sobble, and you just take your time. They're with the Ice Rider Palkia deck playing the Sobble, you should have opportunities at a Medicham turn.
Exactly. The Medicham turn would be amazing if you're able to do that.
And we see the Quick Ball.
I believe you Quick Ball the energy since you do have access to Melanie.
Yeah, I think you have to. He plays the Echoing Horn. I think you have to hold on to that. That could be your way back in. Yeah, not
a horrible turn.
Not bad. Yeah.
If possible, if you're able to evolve and get that Zigzagoon out of the way, you could KO the Crobat and be up 2 prizes.
Yeah, we're gonna see the ability to grab. We have the Drizzle for any trainer, and then we also can get the Octillery with the Evo Incense, which would give you the energy. So we could see Urshifu up and running right away.
Ah, and then Urshifu, double checking the list, I believe can actually eat a hit from the Ice Rider. They play 2 Choice Belts, so there's 280.
2 Choice Belts and a Leon, which wouldn't be
320.
Won't have the ping Inteleon down. I don't think, unless they need to get another Sobble, they don't play a rare candy, so I don't think they want to put the ping Inteleon down unless absolutely necessary to fix the maths. But we're in a pretty good spot here as far as Urshifu goes.
So we can. You need to play the Drizzle. That's almost guaranteed.
Yep.
It's now just trying to figure out how exactly do you get to where you need to.
Probably grabbing Net.
Rida gets you. Irida gets you the.
Net,
it's Net.
Another Sobble?
No, Net and Octillery.
Oh, save the Evo Incense for next turn. That's smart.
We use the Evo on the bear.
The bear, yeah.
Ooh.
Might as well throw the ping damage down. Could we
He
get it?
may have messed up that turn sequencing. Oh no,
Yep.
no.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's going to go with the rapid flow.
Sure.
He's going to get as much. He's going to try for a 3-price turn here. So he did not mess up the sequencing. He actually played it exactly how he wanted to.
Yep. Taking the Drizzle out of play. 2-card hand we know is pretty much dead because he didn't evolve last turn.
And now if he does damage you, you have the Cheryl play in hand.
Yep. That's how, the Urshifu deck can turn nothing into something very quickly at top deck, and you're back in the game.
There we go. Right of the High King. Go ahead.
Can't do it again, but we can.
Rapid Strike Surge, probably, I think a Sobble would be a good strong one here.
Yeah, he needs a Sobble. He could have got the Stadium to retreat too. I don't know if that would have been a better play.
The Horn is going to come into play at some point.
Do you just retreat here ever?
I don't know if I agree with the right hand leaving.
Yeah, he's protecting the Horn. I guess just get damage in, yeah.
You can damage.
I would have thought about retreating in the Zig, but he doesn't really have a play other than Drizzle next turn, which could have got him enough to get there again because he's got the Octillery.
His opponent cannot bench an Inteleon.
That's a good top deck.
very, very strong top deck. You could Melanie here and see what you get off of it. I'm gonna go for the Horn.
Horn for a bat seems pretty good.
Now you really scare him out.
Yeah, he can never put down a Sobble again. That should be enough to win the game as long as he can get out of the active here. Irida? No.
No. Maybe going for the boss. He may maybe just going for the hard retreat.
I guess you could, and then you could take 2 hits. You're gonna need to. I think you want to get the Stadium at some point, just to allow the free retreat. He's got the Octillery play still this turn. And he does play quick shooting, so we could always put that in too and just start pinging.
Going after the Palkia. He is a little short on energy though.
Hard retreat. 150 with a Gale Thrust.
He is out of bosses. There's no boss left in his deck. That was his one of.
He does play Palpad.
So he would need Palpad, energy, and we will see the scoop. So I'm assuming the Ice Rider did not have. Well, he didn't have anything he really wanted out of that hand.
Yeah, and being able to knock out the Drizzle earlier kept, keeping the Inteleon engine from getting up and running is so good. That's why we saw Baby Jolteon be so prevalent for 1 week, I guess, in Vancouver.
One full week. But as you see here, we had the Radiant Blastoise, we saw the Manaphy. The Lapras is a very interesting tech. The Echoing Horn came into play. And like we were talking about, the Ice Rider had no way to putting down the Sobbles without hopefully finding their. Let's see, they did not play Manaphy.
Right. They didn't play Manaphy, and any Sobble that came into play was instantly going to be targeted down.
Exactly.
The benefit of that great turn 2, we thought he was in a dead spot. Top decks the quick ball, had the Irida, and the level ball, and that turned it into just an oppressive position from Urshifu. The deck is shown its resilience once again. It will never go away.
It will never go away, and someone's going to play it. And there's a reason why I did buy these cards and why I kept it around. So here in this finals game, I'm Senior Doom, organizer of this tournament. With me tonight is Book. Book has been with me for a couple games now. We're going to be going through the top 8. We are watching Ozzy with his Shadow Rider up against Orion and his Arceus deck. Now, Book, do you think Ozzy actually stands a chance?
I think he does. As we're saying, the Beedrill in Orion's deck is a dead card, essentially.
As we see it discarded already.
Yeah, Ozzy can scale up damage quickly, enough to one-shot an Arceus. Orion does not play Big Charm. He does play the Charizard, which will be able to return a hit but not KO a Shadow Rider VMAX. So Ozzy has technically an advantage here if he can just get set up. So we'll see what he does on his turn right now.
He does have the Shadow Mist, which we did see in a previous game of his, slow the Arceus down for at least 2 turns.
Yeah, this could work as an option. I think he's going to have to do it either way this turn. Orion going first and not being able to play a supporter yet is fine. As long as he's got energy or some way to draw a card next turn. Otherwise, if he's got a dead hand, this might be perfect for Ozzy because he's going to see 4 cards here off the Crobat. If he gets an energy, he's got 2. Okay, he can draw cards next turn as well. So Ozzy in a really good spot right now.
Yeah, I don't believe you need a Marnie. You could hold on to the Ultra Ball because you're going to draw more cards. There's no reason to.
Yeah, looking at Orion's list, he plays 1 Marnie, 1 Research. That's the draw engine. So as long as he doesn't Marnie, I think he'll be all right. It's a very little chance that he's got one of the 2 draw supporters here.
Personally, I think he goes with the Shadow Mist this turn. There's no...
Yeah.
Unless he really feels the need to summon our Shadow Rider.
Do you just grip it here, or do you put down another... I don't think Greninja maybe, and draw. Yeah,
Greninja and draw a few more cards, or you can go with the Shadow Rider and be able to continue going.
Yep, that's what we see. Okay.
So here's the Shadow Mist. So no stadiums, no special energies.
Which is great. That means no path as well, so we can draw out of anything that happens here. We have the Marnie at least. Oh, Drizzle for Research. Okay.
He tosses his hand. He tossed the Roxanne. Roxanne tends to be a lie, so I understand where that's coming from.
Roxanne hurt you.
Plenty of times, but it also hurt Reggie a lot, and that made me happy.
True. So much so that Reggie doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly. And am I sad about that? No.
Me either. We see Starbirth. He's got to be careful here. The double turbo and the stadium cannot be played.
No.
So maybe he just grabbed 2 energies? Let's see what Ozzy can do here. He got rid of the switch last turn, so he's got to draw a lot of cards.
In Marnie here and Training Court. Orion only plays 1 Path to the Peak, so his other stadium is Training Court. So Ozzy can feel pretty confident putting down this Training Court. He still has 3 more in deck.
Yeah. A great draw here. He gets another Underworld Door ability. Still needs to be able to move it out of the active. Or do you think he just sits on it?
He might
play six basics, and 2 of them are in play.
He has 1 switch and discard. How many does he play? He plays 2 currently. 3. So he does have an out if he goes in with Greninja here.
Plays 3 in a balloon. Yep.
So he has a few outs. He has enough in hand, and I believe you might just quick ball away the Fog Crystal, considering you're going to fill your bench.
Does he have the Mewtwo V in deck? He could grab that and discard it as well. I don't think he did.
No,
Yeah.
he had priced it earlier. I believe that's why he threw away the V Union.
Yep.
Or V Mac, V Star. There's so many Vs.
All right, thinning.
If you had a guarantee with get the Articuno, that would have been great, but not there.
He's got the shoes.
Get the shoes.
You take it.
Take it. That gives you more draw. You can evolve and draw more, or come with the Shadow Mist.
Sitting on it, interesting. Yeah, I would have thought you draw more, but I guess you want to keep that energy to draw cards, but you have Training Court in play. I don't know. Interesting choice by Ozzy.
Yeah.
All right, we see the energy surge grabbing a fire. As long as we can see, yep, Inteleon to get a net. We'll see an attack here.
Should see a KO coming in from the Arceus side.
Ozzy's got 4 energy in play. It'll be 5. An attach would be 6. We're still quite a ways away from a one shot on Arceus.
He's got the ability to draw twice, as long as Path of the Peak doesn't come into play.
I think. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Grabbing the mustard.
It could be a thinning move.
Yeah. We're not gonna see research. Interesting. Ultra Ball? Something he needs to.
Yeah. We're not going to see Path this turn because he did Shadow Mist. So he does have more draw the next turn, and he will have 3 Shadow Riders set up.
3, but will he have enough energy to do it?
Enough.
Oko. Orion plays 2 Sharon's Care, so a hit may never be good enough.
Considering I believe he still has the Inteleon in deck, not even in deck, in hand, excuse me, and he should be able to use that next turn to grab a Sharon's Care.
Yep.
One of the things he does play as well is he does play the Articuno that accelerates energy, and it's still in deck.
All right. So we could get there.
And then the retrieval. So we keep Underworld Doring.
Yep.
There's
Articuno.
And the energy retrieval on top of that.
Yep.
You can easily set that up.
Does he see the play? I think he does. I think he has to. He doesn't have any other cards in deck. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Then you want to use the energy retrieval. And the Articuno comes into play. Articuno coming in play greatly here. Might as well check your pricing and get the Mewtwo out. I don't believe he plays any Rod, correct? No, he does
not play a Rod.
So he does not have a way of retrieving the.
He can still attach for turn. Let's see if is he going to hold it for draw next turn.
He drawed this turn with it. I would feel comfortable myself attaching.
Yeah, I think an attach would be fine.
Nope, he's
going with the Oko. We see the Articuno play paying off. 280 on the dot.
He may be holding on to it because if he has to hard retreat the next turn to protect the one in the active, he can attach and then use Training Court to attach again. And it's still getting that choice belt off the top deck, be able to come up and do a 2-hit KO.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or not a 2-hit KO, 1-hit KO. Excuse me.
The Articuno, we saw it way back when it first. I can't think of the tournament that it was, but we saw 3 Articunos.
It was the KDR tournament.
Yeah, it was one of ours. Yeah, and it was just insane seeing it.
I don't remember who it was, but they played against me, and I was playing. I was playing Suicune, who I had played 2 games with that morning, and then jumped into the tournament with.
It was so deadly just to see it come down, and
I was like, "Wait, what?" Well, that's just more for me to KO.
Okay, Orion bossing the Articuno, thinking it's a trap for getting rid of 2 energies. Either way, trapping it or KOing it, doesn't matter, really. We've got the switch. We've got enough energy to start powering back up the 3rd. Shadow Rider.
The path to the peak is going to cause some issues, because now Ozzy will lose.
And we know Ozzy has 2 training courts prized from the heavy ball.
So he's actually going to be slightly short on damage now.
So we need a top deck of a Marnie or a top deck of the Stadium. Or Trekking Shoe, I guess. There's the Marnie. Okay.
You could attach return, attach the belt. And he's doing the math. You're slightly short.
Yeah, this is a tough spot. The 1 energy difference is so tough. I mean, Marnie, you're gonna see a 1/3 of your deck. You know you have Trekking Shoes too, so you've got a less than 50% chance of getting the Stadium.
He could also boss the Zard.
Attach boss. Yeah.
Like, I don't think that hurts. Because
wait
now,
a turn.
Wait a turn. Now you have the Marnie option to possibly get the energy you need. He doesn't have another Arceus out.
I think,
and you had a 50, almost a 50-50 chance again the counter Stadium.
Right. Just shy of it. Either way, off the prizes or off the Marnie.
And you are holding on to the switch, so whatever damage gets hit here.
Yeah, I think that's safe. Just to get the attachment on, take a turn. You're gonna force Orion into a boss Charizard play at some point. You don't want to hit into the Arceus, although that would have been the turn to do it, because they Sharon into basically nothing. They don't have another Arceus set up, and Charizard wasn't really online at that point.
Right, and then they would have to remove their own path to get Charizard online.
Yeah. He must have prized the last 3 prizes. 2 Arceus and Palpad. You would think Orion would want to get the another Arceus going that early in the game, but
hasn't yet.
Yeah.
Just a little surprising, but he's possibly was hoping to go with the route. He has made Ozzy's pricing situation a little bit more awkward.
Okay, there goes the Marnie. So, okay, there's the Arceus. The Marnie's gone, so there's the hand disruption out of the game. We know Roxanne is still in the discard, right? I don't think he's Palpad it yet. Oh, there's the Palpad.
It's Palpad. I'm assuming Roxanne and
grab the Roxanne and Raihan.
Boss and Roxanne. He needs the boss. He plays 2 bosses. Raihan, possibly for probably for net. No, going with the DT.
Oh no, we have a
dead
hand here. Oh no. Oh. Ozzy with the energy can.
He's going to thin the deck. He's going to increase his odds.
This is great.
He can increase his odds, but he has 3 energy in deck.
Yeah. And we don't want to see them. Oh, training court. There it is.
There it is.
No. All right.
I think Orion was out of nets. He only plays 2, and I don't know how many he's already played.
Oh, and the balloon too.
I think you hold on to the balloon. They have top deck only.
Do you boss?
No.
He plays 3.
It doesn't matter what you do. Do not Marnie though. No. Oh no.
Okay. All right, giving him cards. I guess he wants the KO here. Yeah. That'll secure the KO. That should be game.
If he has a net left, or if he got into the boss, Orion wins.
Yeah. Ozzy valuing. Well, he needs. Yeah.
Well, all Orion needs is a boss.
Yep.
The Arceus
130 will do it.
will
Or
do
110? No, he needs to evolve still. Or ping. Doesn't play ping. Okay.
There's that. He doesn't play ping. He would need his other Arceus V-Star off this. I thought he had the math already.
Ozzy, no, buddy.
I really thought Ozzy had the math. Was that why he Marnied? I thought he had enough. 7 plus belt, right?
Yeah. Poor Ozzy.
Poor Ozzy. He had that game.
Yeah, we know Ozzy works a lot. He's
Brain's a little fried.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He's on the East Coast. It's 2 a.m. there.
Chat says he is throwing for content.
Yep. That would be right on brand for Ozzy. Always the showman.
Other games currently, Liam is up 1-0 over Sawyer with Blissey over the lightning box.
Okay.
Eagle 0205 with Mew is up 1-0 over Arceus Flying Pikachu. And Kevin and Bitchins, I think is how you say his name. It's like French, Bichon, I guess. They are tied 1-1. But yeah, this is where late night comes into play. Like, your decision making starts to get worse, essentially. You don't always know what's happening.
Oh, we're gonna see the Mewtwo get into play here.
Mewtwo actually has fairly good one-hit KO ability against Arceus.
If he can get this Mewtwo up and running here in the next turn, and put the damage down on Arceus before it ever evolves, that will eliminate the Sharon play. So this is a great start. And the shoes, I think you have to shoe, but
you don't necessarily have to.
You don't. Yeah. Might as well take it.
You take it. You have
take it Ultra Ball and you have draw. Then yeah.
Yeah, you have plenty of outs here.
Yeah, we're seeing in chat here. Acer also saying tired. It is 1 a.m. my time. It's 2 a.m. for Ozzy here on stream.
It's 11 for me. Eagle has won, so Mew is continuing on into the top 4.
Wow.
Let's see who they are going to be playing against, possibly. They will play the winner of Liam and Sawyer.
Okay, that's a rematch we saw earlier with the Flaffy box and the Blissey, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty convincing. I think the Blissey could have still been in it, but gave up early.
Sometimes, though, you do need to do the give up.
Yep.
A lot of energy in Ozzy's hand. But because of that, though, he can draw, and he can probably successfully discard some of it and still be fine.
Yeah, he's got 4 guaranteed cards here. Let's see what his sequencing is.
I personally am a fan of going with the Ultra Ball first, but sometimes...
Yeah, I think the best idea is the thin first. Yeah, you don't want to get in this scenario.
Drawing energy like a madman.
Well, when you play 14. Alright, so we will see some draw here, finally. Shouldn't be energy. The odds are finally not in that favor. attaching to itself. Okay, we're still drawing.
It's not a bad thing attached to itself because he can come up and KO that Sobble.
Yep.
Might as well just grab more energy.
Yeah, if we miss here, then we're still fine. Yep. Okay.
Training corner. You hold the court. You know they have a Starbirth coming. They have to have a Starbirth coming. I feel like you have to hold the court. You could preemptively boss and actually go after the Arceus.
That wouldn't be a terrible play, honestly. Although I think if you take a hit, you can return KO, and you still have your Articuno for 60 damage and a belt at some point. Getting that second Ice Rider down was great. We're going to see a lot of cards next turn. We should be able to pull off the Oko here.
The Shadow Rider.
Yep.
Late night. Hi. Standing, so it's in there, I can see it.
All right, we see a Starbirth.
I feel like this is the time you put down the path.
Yeah, I think he'd grab another Arceus and maybe research or path. A Rod early, okay. This is interesting. The one Rod, so the Charizard.
Once it's gone.
It's gone, yeah. Marnie Path, a solid play.
This is
really great for me in the past. It's been great for a lot of people.
Works really well against a lot of decks. And it doesn't matter.
Marnie Path is a lie.
Well, when you play 4 training courts, you haven't put one down yet.
True. All right, we at least get the other Arceus down. That's a great start. And the switch in play.
And another Shadow Rider. We're going to be drawing some cards here.
Yeah. Great Marnie and great top deck for Ozzy here. Get another energy.
Just keep the energy flowing.
And the Mewtwo will always be online too as a 2-prizer, as Ozzy mistaken last game, thinking that the Shadow Rider was worth 2 prizes. When in fact we know it's worth 3.
So Ozzy wants to go 3-2-3 and force an 8-prize game. But he does have the Greninja out there, so he can go 8-2-1.
Oh, yeah.
So currently he is still short, correct?
7, yeah, he doesn't have the belt.
But he could boss the Arceus off the bench.
True. And hit with the fresh one. Yep. I think that's probably the right play. Get your prizes.
Be ready for a KO the next turn.
Yep.
But you do have to.
Orion needs a boss to take 2 off, but we know that Ozzy, without the other path, there's no other path, so we know Ozzy can get there. Again, next turn. There's the boss. Yep.
It would have been nice if he was able to Mewtwo that turn, but it sadly was not going to happen.
Yeah, no way to find it. Alright, there's the KO.
You're sitting pretty well with the Articuno. You have one ready. You have the option with the Mewtwo. You have a lot of options. I believe you always put the balloon up, though.
Yeah.
Always the free retreater. That is one of the things I try to teach everyone I play.
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay.
Really emphasizing the importance of switch, I guess, as a playable, which doesn't matter here since you're just raw drawing cards and not gonna put it back in. Okay.
More.
More draw. We do have the retrieval, so get all your draw out of the way.
There's the Ultra Ball.
And the trekking shoes.
And more trekking shoes.
Yeah, I think this is a smart play here. We need the belt too, though. Is it in the deck?
I believe it was in the deck. You could retrieval here. That gives you an option to Radiant Greninja one more time.
Well, I think either way, right? He doesn't have anything damaged down, so as long as he gets the KO on the Arceus, he should be fine.
Then it's just then it's just
280.
Right, you can do 280, which would KO the Mewtwo.
Oh, there we go. Still doesn't have the belt though, either way.
Yeah, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 energy though.
Yeah, this should be enough for game. And will the Marnie punish him again?
That's the question.
Yeah.
I think he's looking for the belt. If he has he can belt to the Shadow Rider on the bench and be fine, or he go with the Mewtwo. But I think you just go with the Shadow Rider, considering it does not get O-code by the Charizard.
Yep. All right.
And then we have the scoop there. So now we have a 1-1 tie coming into this. Myself, Senior Doom, and Book have been commentating the last 2 games, and we'll continue commentating the next games because that's what we do.
Game 3. Really excited to see it.
We do have another winner. Kevin Abernathy fell to Bishin. We'll call him Chien. I believe he's French. I don't want to check.
Knocking out the Darkrai, which we didn't get to see yet on stream, unfortunately, but sneaky pick some people are looking at.
Argentina. They're from Argentina.
Oh, wow.
So let's go ahead and update the standings while they set up their game. We'll be playing against the winner of this match.
Okay. Well, we've seen Ozzy basically win both games. He definitely threw with the Marnie in game 1 and came back with a strong return, and he
has a good.
Okay, that's not great.
He could Crobat here. I would almost assume you just toss the
have to Crobat here, yeah.
Marnie Boss, or you do have a lot of switches though.
I would get rid of both of them. I'd get the Marnie or get the Crobat's prize.
Or Crobat's prize. Oh no! Oh, he's just saying I'm like, don't tell your opponent that.
Yeah.
You have so much.
Now that he got rid of the Marnie, he should have checked the prizes last time. This is not good.
That's why I was wondering if you got rid of the switch.
Yeah.
But Orion is not attacking this turn either.
For sure not attacking at all. And attaching to the bench too. I think he just knows that this first Arceus is sacrificial. Let's get 2 prizes down, get the Charizard online a little bit quicker. Starbirth means he's got a dead hand as well.
He could come in Marnie Ozzy, which would be great for Ozzy. Watch.
Marnie Pat would be great, yeah.
Nope, coming in with the research.
Combo research. Wise play. We know Orion's a veteran.
There went the path.
Okay. We'll see if it matters, though.
Ozzy still has turns. Yeah. He has so much energy. What's the chances of him not top decking energy?
Okay.
So he's gonna get a couple draw cards here.
Yeah, not what we necessarily need, but we'll get another energy out.
I almost wonder if you hold the.
You have to hold it. Yeah, you have to hold it, which is so unfortunate.
But they're still not attacking this next turn. You still have one more turn to set up.
Yeah, their only out is nothing until you can get a KO, I guess, with Raihan. Yeah, you have to wait 2 turns to attach.
And depending on Ozzy's turn, what he gets.
Yeah. Oh, shoes.
Shoes first.
No.
No, don't want that.
Okay, that's not great either.
That's not that great either.
Marnie.
I think you have to Marnie here.
I think you probably quick ball your switch away too.
Might as well just put the energy back. Attach it to the
bench or switch. No. Oh
no. If you have the switch now, just use it.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're not attacking.
Go ahead and put down our Shadow Rider because you know he has options with stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. And Marnie, no. Oh.
I think he's going to put the Greninja up because he probably feels it's safer to lose over getting.
Oh, absolutely. All right, there we go.
There we go. We got some stuff here.
Now we don't have any energy in the discard, so
you can. Do you want to get rid of the Articuno though?
Tough call. Well, you know Path's gone, right? So you should feel all right. As far as like if you get 4 Shadow Riders down.
Yeah.
You're gonna draw a ton of cards, so you should be able to power things up.
And now he's got another draw here. And then he can just draw into another Shadow Rider and another energy and just continue going.
Yep.
Close, but
it's all right.
He doesn't KO up here though. But you do force him to a Sharon's Care play.
Which is actually great. You know, Sharon's being the support of this turn. They have to Sharon's and attach. I don't think we've seen them use. They play 1 energy search. There's the attach. That's a capture. Failing it. He had the Sobble in hand.
Got Riven and Teleon going with the Mustard. So assuming he's not putting anything down, he's just getting the 5-card draw.
Mustard is his draw, yeah.
Which is huge now because certainly he has to find a way to get that Arceus out.
Yeah, and there's only...
And he didn't.
One way, which was the double turbo, and the double turbo he already attached on the turn.
And Ozzy's just going to draw through here.
Yep.
If I'm Ozzy, Ozzy gets enough energy attached, does he have enough to if he found a boss?
It's very possible.
He has another attachment, right, from the active?
Yeah, he didn't see it. And it's just going to take the KO and just get himself positioned to take the KO next turn, I guess?
Yeah, he should be able to take the KO next turn. There's the Crobat. So he's got more draw ability, but even then, he can still put the Mewtwo down. I'm a fan of putting the Mewtwo down just as again, to mess up their pricing.
Yeah, it's a hard counter, can swing hard. He did put his second belt down, though.
So he's going all in Shadow Rider, which holding the switch, he could get the one out of the active and still swing and take the 1-shot KO next turn.
Yep, absolutely, and that should be enough. He'll have to take a KO on the Arceus, and then I'm guessing on the Charizard, and then another one, so he needs 3 KOs. But a really great spot to be in right now for Ozzy.
Now the question is if Orion prized the Charizard. We don't know. We haven't seen it in play yet.
He did put it down both games earlier, super early in the game. And I think he got rid of the rod this game too, right?
He's already used the rod.
So, oh, Roxanne. Okay, not active yet.
Not active. With the Raihan. Rai something. I'm looking at Ozzy's win condition.
Not a great look here. Either way.
Almost Astral Barrage almost does it. Almost.
Oh yeah. I think you just switched to the KO.
You have to KO now.
Yeah, and then they need to boss KO, and you should be able to KO again, and you can just hold bat.
And hold.
He only plays 3 Ultra Ball now. He's used one of them at least.
Ozzy still has way more draws here. You can even Marnie them, knowing they have the Roxanne in hand, and put it on the bottom.
True. Yeah, I think you just draw the card first.
Draw the card.
Yeah, check with...
Articuno's gone, sadly.
Doesn't even take a look at his deck, he's that confident.
I mean, wouldn't you?
I would talk. Look.
I mean, you're coming up and you're swinging hard, and now you know Roxanne's at the bottom of the deck.
True. But that's one of the things, like in IRL play, you get to see your whole deck, I guess, if that was the first time you're looking at it.
And now
to find the card you need, so you'd see your deck, but in this case, like it comes to the top of the deck.
And like now you've put almost every single energy out there, anyways.
Yeah, he's got to make sure that he's got a pivot for the Greninja. That you see the balloons prized.
But now he has a chance to get the balloon. A 50-50 shot, essentially.
50-50.
There's the boss. There's the balloon.
Okay.
So
we should have game here.
It depends on what he comes up and tries to attack with, or if he tries to stall. We just know the Roxanne's on the bottom of the deck now, and that was probably the biggest threat Ozzy had. Even though he could draw out of like 90% of what's there.
Yeah, we see 11 of the 14 energies in play. The balloon was his best pivot. He does play 3 switch. I think he's down 2. But he's got the trekking shoes to dig. He's going to see an energy out of the 9 cards. He's got the training court.
Do we see a Roxanne here?
I mean, I think you have to.
You've already used your Raihan, correct? I don't believe he has any more Raihans left.
Yeah, the writing's on the wall. I think you have to Roxanne and hope you can get 1 turn. You could put, if you attack with the active, you could put 20 on the bench, which would leave 110. Or 100. Yeah, it's backed into a corner here. We might just see a scoop, honestly. Might go for the KO and 2 turns, but that still doesn't matter.
No, because you'll lose the shady dealings next turn.
Yeah.
You go that. You do KO that.
You do KO that, and you hit the benched one for 20. You could get it with the Charizard, but we play 2 choice belts. It is possible, but we could go with the other active, and should be all right. You need another boss. You need Charizard, energy, choice belt, boss, then to win the game. 4 cards.
He's still short 20.
And he's still short 20. And he doesn't play the pink. Yep. 5 cards, and one of them isn't in the deck.
I don't even know if you play the Mewtwo.
No.
A little dangerous Underworld Dorian. You are starting to run out of cards, but
I think you just grip it and rip it, right?
Right. Yeah, you got all the energy out. Just go ahead and max guys. Take the KO there. Now you're down to 1 prize. Your Shadow Rider on the bench is at 300. Yep, GG.
Yep. There we go. Ozzy moving on.
Moving on.
Fan favorite, the one Russian.
The one Russian in the whole tournament.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop his deck list up here in a second. There we go. The Shadow Rider going into top 4. This is actually, I think, the second time we've had someone with Shadow Rider get into the top 4. Sadly, it ended at top 4 the way you think it would.
Yeah, well, it's always been a powerful deck since it came out. It's been hamstrung by Darkness Presence, due most part to Mew being so prevalent and powerful in the format. But we see the power and having enough stadiums to remove a path. Path's its biggest weakness other than Dark, and Ozzy drawing a ton of cards, getting bailed out from some good top decks, and taking down the 1 seed there in the top 8.
Yeah, moving on, he will be playing. We're waiting for, I believe it's the winner between Sawyer and Liam, correct?
Yeah, and we saw that matchup earlier.
Yeah.
I think it might be a tough matchup against the Blissey for sure. Blissey playing Path, and then the Lightning Box on the other end just has a ton of tools. Might be the better matchup because Paralysis might not be as prevalent because you can evolve to remove it, and we play 3 Switch and an Air Balloon.
Correct.
Air Balloon not getting you out of Paralysis, but at least you have a lot of mobility.
Exactly. So we will be coming into the finals here. We're going to have Shadow Rider VMAX go up against the classic Mew VMAX. Joining me for the finals, who has been my partner for almost the entire night, is Book. Book, who is your favorite coming into this matchup?
Yeah, I gotta think that Mew's got the advantage here. We're seeing a little bit of a different twist on the normal Mew list. We've got catchers, but only 2. We've got Peony, a 1 Pokestop, and no basic energy. So it is possible for Ozzy with the Shadow Rider to get in some sort of rhythm here. If he can get an extra turn, a whiff from the Mew deck, he stands a chance because of that big power swing potential. And also, he plays the 1/1 Mewtwo line with the Mewtwo's V-Star attack doing damage to all the Vs in play, and we know Mew only plays a ton of Vs.
Correct, and that could be easily become 2 VMAXs that could be easily hit, considering this Mew deck does play the Oricorio, and the Oricorio is going to weaken some of that damage.
Yeah, the Oricorio, if he wants to put it down, he got rid of it right here.
Yeah, he's already gotten rid of it this game, so now that math is going to be a little bit easier. We'll see how many Genesects and everything else he can put down. Plays the heavy ball. That is one that I have not seen as much.
Not a normal inclusion in Mew decks. Again, like I said, this is a pretty unique list. It's got a 1 Trekking Shoes, 2 Switch, 2 Rope, which gives you plenty of mobility.
The one of Collapse Stadium.
The Pumpkaboos, Collapse Stadium, which is counterintuitive to what your deck's doing, and also the Pumpkaboo, which we know doesn't matter in this matchup because Ozzy does not play Path and does not want to see Path in play as well.
Correct. They play 3 counter stadiums as it is. If Ozzy is able to, he should be able to win the stadium trade and be able to continue to grab energy pending he can set up and be fine.
Yeah, we're seeing he's got options here on his turn to draw cards with the Greninja, but he's sitting pretty far behind. You do want to look at potentially just doing a Shadow Mist and forcing the Elisa Sparkle.
You can force it even further and having more is by going ahead and bossing when the Genesect's up and forcing them to find one of their switches as well.
Absolutely, but as I mentioned earlier, they do play the 4 switching outs, which is, I think, 1 higher than most Mew list plays. Again, this is an unconventional Mew list. And he's going to be able to draw cards because, again, we're both anti-Path decks here. Checking his prizes a little bit.
He did prize it. Did prize a training court.
That's fine. Honestly, a lot of the other stadiums from Eagle are beneficial to the Shadow Rider.
Like if he gets the bat down and then they collapse Stadium it.
Yeah.
There goes the bat.
If you want to see more cards, there's a Pokestop.
And he does not seem to be afraid at all of discarding his energy.
Right. That's never really concerned. He plays the retrieval. He plays 4 training courts to retrieve energies. The only concern really might just be the energy multiplier of the Articuno.
Correct. Now, here's an interesting conundrum he's in. He could Ultra Ball away here and get rid of 2 energy, but that's 2 draw cards in the next turn, though. Or go with the training court.
I know. Okay. I don't hate this.
I don't hate it either. Because now he's also threatening the possibility of coming in with the Mew.
Doom, I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Correct. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But I don't love it.
This is where I'm glad I'm not the one playing the game right now.
Right, because you know what Mew can do.
Either way, it's the right or wrong decision. I don't want to be held responsible for that decision.
Now, at least with the Shadow Mist, like you said, he has to find the Sparkle now. He can't he can't attach and go, and now he's tossed a boss.
Exactly. This is great because it really puts Eagle in a position that he's uncomfortable with, because you really want to just attach and boss and KO. And now you've kind of put him in a spot here. And from what I've learned is, like, if you don't have a great matchup, one of the best win conditions is making your opponent play out of the ordinary. Put him in an uncomfortable position and change up the way they play.
Yeah,
because it's so easy to go down the flow chart,
Just, okay, I tablet here, I do this, I do that, I boss, there's my easy KO.
Boss. Right.
He is using up a lot of power tablets, possibly for only a 2-prizer. Right,
and he does play rope and catchers, but at least Ozzy has 3 prizes to give up. Like if he wants to move this out of the active, it doesn't change anything other than giving Ozzy an advantage. So now you're forcing him to hold. Oh, and he's playing the boss. Fascinating.
Putting the Mew up there.
And I think he just has to pass. And leaving the energy. Yeah, okay.
And Ozzy just continues the top deck, be a top deck menace.
Yeah. And we knew he had the VMAXs in hand, which is great. He needs to draw on a switch card, and we can be attacking here.
Which, watching them use all those tablets, get nowhere.
Nothing. Yeah, just to draw cards, only to boss stall. We'll see if he can get a quick ball. We could see. Okay, there's the
switch. He has. I don't remember what he prized. Oh, he did prize this Greninja. That was correct.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go with the Shadow Rider.
Yep.
You can grab the energy. Sadly, you're not going to get another draw off of it, but you can attach and switch.
Yep.
Which is where he is going. And then you can Marnie.
And now both, this is interesting because now both Mews on the bench and active are VMAXs, so there's no Psychic Leap. He would need to use the Collapse Stadium to remove something, because we're not going to see a knockout here.
But we're going to see damage.
And then another attach. Or another stadium to get rid of that, to then put down a Mew, because we're not going to see a KO here for another turn from Ozzy. But he does have the boss.
What would have been amazing is if he did enough damage to both the Mew VMAXs and just won the game with Mew V-Star.
Oh, that would have been epic.
Yeah, that is a possibility. It's not
just a 6-prize turn.
Huge 6-prize turn. There's the Sparkle.
Finally.
But we know they're down just so much of the tablets that they're not going to KO any of the big stuff. And if they escape rope, you just give them the Crobat.
Yep, it is a 2 attack to get 3 prizes, and Ozzy's already well ahead. We see the Shadow Mist just causing havoc again.
Massive havoc. That move, I believe most people have forgotten about, which is entirely okay, because I mean, we haven't seen Shadow Rider do much.
People forgot about Mew itself, and we see it here in the finals. And a Tails on the catcher, that's not great.
No, because now you can't get rid of the Mew, and I feel like the Mewtwo, I mean, is a huge threat too.
It's always blooming. Yep. Because we know he's down 2 boss. He's down a catcher now. So you could just cycle through Pokemon because and with the tablets down. We know we're not getting O-Code without the Meloetta, and the Choice Belts are both on the Mew, so I mean he could use it with a Mew, but you don't want to leave it in the active.
No.
Because that's 3 prizes. And if you don't, yeah, Oz is going to do enough damage. If he hits with the other one, he can't. If he hits with the other one, you put damage on it, and then we might still see the Mewtwo play.
Mew feels like he's in a very, very poor position.
Yeah. Just the sluggish start with the... He got the attachment off. He got the full bench. But then his hand was clogged enough that the Shadow Mist bought Ozzy a turn.
Chat, this Mew does not play Silene.
Yeah, this is an unconventional Mew list.
This Mew plays Peony, and it has no way of getting stuff back.
And also to respond to chat, Nexter, yes, this is the Boo CK here with my good friend Senior Doom. We're in the finals here, game 1. Fan favorite Ozzy going against unconventional Mew deck.
And he's got 4 Shadow Rider VMAXs set up now.
We've had him on stream multiple rounds. This is the first time we've seen all 4 of the horses out. He's got the balloon. He's got the belts. And the boss. Okay, just taking it and going to set himself up next turn for the Oko on the other Mew.
Right, because if the other Mew wants to now, it could Psychic Leap.
But then that's it.
Yeah. Then he doesn't know Ozzy's sitting on another boss, and he plays 0 hand disruption.
Right. Yeah, this one is all but over. Game 1.
He could still boss the bench one, be set up a little bit better, but Ozzy's just going to go through and just draw all the cards he needs.
Yep, Ozzy has the draw. And he also has the Articuno to get back the energy that would be displaced by bossing up the benched one. Good, solid win there by Ozzy, game 1.
So now the question is now, does Ozzy want to start second? It's almost proved to be better.
Yeah, actually. I think if you're the Mew, he plays 2 belts. Yeah, I think you could try and go second and go for the Donk potentially, or the KO on something. He plays 2 ropes. You need to get your turbo turn out of the way before Ozzy does another Shadow Mist. Yeah.
So we'll see what it is. I can actually check in the admin and see which one chose to go with. He chose to go first.
Okay.
So Mew will be going first.
All right. And it might pay off here. Ozzy's going to get an extra card from Mulligan. He's got the Marnie already in hand. A couple of playables and the heavy ball.
So definitely can go through. The Shadow Rider VMAX, not the one you want.
No, you really want to see the V there.
Meloetta start, not what you want to see either. Especially if you don't get an attachment this turn.
if this is IRL and knowing you're playing against Mew, the turns take about 30 minutes apiece. I'm getting ready to scoop.
We currently have.
I know what I'm looking for off the heavy ball and the Marnie, and if I don't get it, we're going to game 3. But we're not. We're on online.
Yep, you can move
We
much.
could be here for a while.
Yeah, we can still be here. Currently, we have Ozzy up 1-0 over Mew. It will be interesting to see how this goes. Still announcing with me, as I said earlier, and is still here, is Book. Book, who's been great coming in with the commentary. We are probably a little tired. We are getting late, but that is the tournament of doom for you. It is a late night tourney. It is a marathon, not a sprint, but a marathon.
Yep, this is the actual late night time-wise tournament, brought to you every Friday by Senior Doom, an amazing artist.
Why, thank you.
Content creator, and he's got a bunch of Digimon playmats, I think, available.
Probably by the time this YouTube video comes up, they will be offline.
Okay.
So,
but be on the lookout. They're in hot demand.
Yes, I believe one of them was being used in the top 8 of Gen Con.
That's awesome.
So a lot of people had them. So I'm trying to find out more.
So we're seeing Ozzy still. We know Ozzy has a pretty dead hand. He's got the Marnie. Will be his out.
Probably
the Mew is setting up really well right now.
Probably play the
energy.
Probably play the heavy ball just to check your pricing. I mean, it doesn't hurt. You're probably going to Marnie. Probably Marnie in anyways.
Yeah, check your pricing before the Marnie. Lets you know at least what you can get. And I mean, the only way we're drawing cards other than that, well, now the Rose Tower's in play, would be with the Greninja, which we could get off the heavy ball if it were prized. So,
which it was last game.
Yeah, it was, and he chose not to take it. Smartly.
Correct, because he went all four Shadow Riders. The first time we've seen that.
Yeah, and that just allows you to draw so many cards, and as we saw, just set up for the Okos on the Mew. Mew's only 310. He had already gotten rid of the Oricorio, so every one less energy. But Ozzy set up really well. All right, let's see his prizes. Nothing to take here. Oh,
nothing.
No. And just the raw Marnie. We might see a scoop after this.
It might be a scoop. It's sadly what it might be.
Okay.
2 trekking shoes.
Oh no.
2 trekking shoes and the possibility of using the Rose Tower. Okay, that's something.
Quick ball's good. Don't need the belt. And energy. Okay.
You could go Greninja.
You have to go Greninja. This is or Bat.
Or Bat. Bat's not wrong. Okay, Bat was wrong.
All right, I'd call it.
I'd call it here. Just take the scoop.
Attaching for
hopes and prayers.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
I think this is the first game we've seen this Shadow Rider actually start like this. It happens with decks. It will always happen with decks. But this is at least the first time we've seen it here.
Yeah, and he got the mulligan too. So the extra card, yeah, we're going to see for sure the knockout. It's just who it'll be. Not for sure the knockout, but I think we're getting there.
I think so too. There it goes.
And we're going to see a ton of cards with Genesect. There it is.
There it is.
So 10 on board.
It feels like we're going to end up 1-1 here.
Yep.
He could prove us wrong. Don't get me wrong, but
I've never counted Ozzy out, but I will count him out this game. Good thing we have game 3.
Exactly. We have a third game. That's one of those things. Like even come back to time. Time-wise, even this is a championship game, so it doesn't matter as much. But if you're like Top Cut and you need to make sure you can win, there you go. If you could stall maybe, but they would have plenty of time left.
Well, I think now we're getting in the position we were talking about it earlier. Ozzy will get to go first. So as long as he doesn't have a full brick hand like last time, he can get an energy on a Shadow Rider, and then be able to evolve his next turn, do all that. Might work out for him.
Yeah. I don't believe we are going to see a comeback in this game.
I think Ozzy's just being a little bit of a showboat here, trying to squeeze as much time on stream as possible, even though he's been on multiple rounds.
Yeah, I know. He streams himself occasionally.
Yeah, this is.
But Mew does have a thick hand.
Yeah, they've already played one rope, and they attached right there. He could have held off the attachment for the other another double turbo. 2 switch and a rope.
For some reason, I thought he had a balloon, but then I was looking at Ozzy's list.
Yeah, they could play balloon. This list has a lot of stuff in it.
Lots of purple. That's what I was seeing between the two lists.
Yep. And that's great to see.
There's another ultra.
With all, with the way the meta shaped up, Palkia's introduction into the meta, we've seen a decrease in Dark, and that allows for Mew to flourish, and by the decrease in Dark allows for Shadow Rider to come back into play.
The only issue we have with Shadow Rider is sometimes it's still just a little too bit slow.
Yeah, when your draw engine requires you to evolve, and when it's not a guaranteed evolve like the Inteleon engine, you can whiff. All right.
Are you going to miss the Inteleon engine?
No. Locke and I were the originators of the Inteleon engine with Inteleon Centiskorch way back, 2 years ago. And I will not see it missed. I like Bibarel, I like just raw draw, and I think everyone would be better served by allowing a little variance in the draw.
I think we'll see Bibarel. I've heard so many different names of it. Yeah, Beaver.
Beaver.
They will be out, and I think we'll see Lumineon get some more play as well.
Sure. Yeah. I wouldn't hate that, although I don't have a full art.
I want the alt art. That's
where the alt art. Yeah, the alt art is super pretty. Ozzy's got a great hand here.
Yeah, he can do a lot.
Let's see if he can sequence this right. What he could do, and what I wouldn't hate, is throwing the Articuno down. Nope. And getting a bat.
That might be where he's going.
Yeah. Checking his prizes. Wow. Like it's game 3 of the finals.
I know. Like he doesn't want to stumble on streaming.
Is that a belt? 2 crystals? 1 crystal. 1V?
So let's see if he saw the play you're seeing.
Yeah.
He did.
And that's going to be great for him, although we do know the collapse stadium, but you can play around it.
Well, you just get rid of the bat.
Right.
And now you got another rider.
This is such a great setup here.
And then you might as well put the Mewtwo down.
Might as well, yeah. And doesn't want to attach and hold, yeah.
No, you want the draw ability.
Perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. So now the Mew's got to be like, okay, can I get a KO this turn?
Right, and this is where it's interesting because with an unconventional Mew list, you play the 2 catcher, 2 rope.
And yeah, he's thrown a rope away. Probably
he had to there. That means he's got the VMAXs in his hand, or Pokemon in his hand, and supporters.
Now you'll go with the VIP pass, probably double Genesect.
Or Genesect Meloetta, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, Genesect Meloetta, because that still gives you the sparkles. Now you just have to find the other energy, and then you can get a KO on the Shadow Rider.
Yeah, needs just a little bit more. He can't draw any cards yet. We know his hand's a little clogged by going with the Chromatic first. I don't think he's gonna risk it. Game 3 of the finals, playing conservative. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, here's the Ultra Ball. So, but we'll see what he discards. Collapse Stadium DTE.
Okay, you can get rid of the Collapse Stadium. I don't even know why that's in the deck. It's fine.
Regigigas, maybe?
Yeah. The dead Reggies. Is that a band name?
Sounds like a cool band name.
Pokemon band name.
We're the Dead Reggies.
All right, he's fully set up. He's got the right board state here. He's got cards. He did get rid of the attachment. There's the belt. Okay, needs another attachment. And a tablet needs an attachment.
Oh no, I don't like that.
Really going for it. This could be bad. There's the attachment.
That could affect him so much later in the game.
Oh, I don't know. That's not great.
Well, not necessarily. There is 6 prizes in play. The Crobat and the Mew. But if the Mew evolves, though, that's going to be harder to hit. You've lost 2 tablets already. And you've only...
Yeah.
You play 2 bands, and you're already down one of them, too.
Yeah. Ozzy, having the Switch is great, but still has a lot of work to do.
Right. It's going to come down to what his top decks are.
That's not it.
Nope.
Plays.
He might be there.
Marnie. Still doesn't have the Marnie. You might as well evolve. Well, I don't know.
I feel like you should evolve anyways.
He can get the KO with the Articuno. Right?
Right. He can Psylaser with the Articuno.
Psylaser.
He could also dictate what's up in the active.
Oh, true. Yeah, Bossa, Genesect, Psylaser.
Looks like
hope to draw out of this madness.
It looks like he's going to go with the Greninja.
This could get him the Marnie. Nope, still no.
Also, grab the energy. Grab the energy while you can.
Might as well. Oh, can't do anything. Oh, he's got Court. Yeah, could be replaced.
Take the KO there. So now your line you want to go for is probably a Mew VMAX and then possibly a one of the Genesects.
Yeah, this is actually a fine spot. Other than just being so far behind, your hand sucks.
He could come in with the V-Star ability next turn, depending on if the stadium loses or not. And with them being down 2 tablets and one band,
yeah,
there's the orders going after the other Shadow Rider.
Oh, feels like a stall tactic here because yeah, why wouldn't you take the for sure KO?
Yeah, off the Crobat.
Right. Why don't you just take the free 2 prizes if that was your play? Again, this is late night. We don't see he's in Argentina. And it's 2:45 here. So I think it's the same time there. So late night. We're not going to see perfect gameplay.
He does get rid of it now. And now Ozzy's lost Straw Power. Now it's just doing what Mew does best.
Yep. He's got a decision here.
Because now he's just one boss away from winning anyways.
Just like we saw the 4 horses from Ozzy last round, we see the 4 Genesect. Knowing that there's no path, you're going to get to see all your cards. This one seems pretty much over.
I hate to say it myself, but it does. Like, I mean, he could possibly still come up Mew, but he's sitting pretty well, able to still, with enough candies and the choice belt, he could easily KO the Mew still.
Yeah. Yeah, Ozzy just, again, missing that explosive turn that you really need to do anything with the Shadow Rider list, and which is unfortunate too, because he made a good play, the Articuno play, and just whiffed. He plays 4 Marnie, didn't get any draw supporter, and so he's just kind of stuck with what he had.
Yeah.
And it was 1 draw with the Greninja and 1 draw, and well, like I was saying earlier, you don't get to pick your cards with Shadow Rider.
Nope. You just gotta take what you get and move on.
Okay, this actually helps. You don't hate to see the Rose Tower in play with an energy already in hand.
So now you can least attach Rose Tower, hope to get more energy.
Yeah.
But it feels like there's a bit of finality, I guess, what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, this doesn't feel good.
I guess you can Marnie if you find it.
If they aren't all prized. We haven't seen one in over half of his deck.
Didn't we see his prizes earlier?
Yeah, they're not in there.
There,
there it is.
A lot of energy.
Yes. He was fortunate enough to show us his prizes, or show us his deck. And we knew they weren't in there, but for some reason, after going through multiple times, not being able to find the Marnie till turn 5 here.
Not what you want to see.
Not what you want to see. He's got the shoes. Like this, if he had gotten the Marnie and gotten this hand, turn 2, he's off and running. Actually, never mind. And the big damage, if you're trying to fulfill a damage objective in the game, that's a pretty good trick right there to do 120 to every Pokemon in play.
And there's the boss's orders.
And the switch.
Mew is going to become the latest champion of Doom, taking down Shadow Rider. Eaglebin, our Mew player, is now the newest one. Sadly, Ozzy wasn't able to pull it out in the end, but sometimes it's just how it goes.
It's a great run by him, either way. Bringing back an old deck that was, I think, a fan favorite, and just a solid deck that got outsourced right away by, the next set.
Yeah, I think it might still have something going for it. Maybe post-rotation, once the Intel engine's gone, maybe you might see it some more. Dry engine stuff is going to be out there. It's still going to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll still have Path, but the Inteleon engine, once that's gone, will hopefully spur more creativity and bring back some of the other decks that rely on, finding a card that just instantly counters a deck. And not having that ability should at least allow, what we've seen is deck building be stifled in reality by the ability to grab any card you want. You can't really come up with new ideas because it's like, well, whatever I come up with, it's instantly counterable by the ability to grab one card.
Yes.
And shut me down. So it's weird. You'd think a card that can get you anything would allow for creativity. It's actually stifled it so hard.
Yes, because you're like, okay, I can retreat and hope they don't top deck boss or something. But they could just grab the boss.
Right.
So good run. Mew right here. The list is our winning list from the latest Tournament of Doom. Hopefully, maybe we'll see something next week that's not Mew. But hey, this was better than Double Blissey. I will say that much.
Absolutely.